Wait, this is a Lachlan themed video and I'm not even wearing Lachlan merch. This is embarrassing. One moment. That's better. Hey guys, PeachyCheek16 here, and I'm trying to keep it kind of quiet because it's 2:20 a.m. Whoops. I'm here with a special video. You could probably already tell by the title what it is. It's a celebration for Lachlan hitting 3 million subscribers! He actually hit 3 million subscribers like a week ago. I'm kind of late to the party, but I made something super duper special for him, and this is just a video showing it to all of my YouTube subscribers because people on Twitter have seen it, but no one has seen it on anywhere else practically, except if you know me in real life or if you're a personal friend of mine, then you probably have already seen this. Basically, for Lachlan hitting 3 million subscribers, I drew something super special for him. I drew this. This drawing has a bunch of different points, and I never really got to fully explain them to anyone, really, and this video is going to explain all of them. First thing we're going to start off with is this crappy excuse for a heart. It says kind heart on it. I just want to explain that a little bit more, even though it doesn't really need that much explaining. Lachlan has the kindest heart ever. When I met him, both times that I met him, he knew who I was, and he was just the sweetest person ever. In Boston, he tried to make my friend laugh and smile in the picture that they were taking together, and he was super duper nice when I did the whole dare thing, when I threw the master ball at him. And my friend Leanne did something similar to that when we met him at the airport. She was dared to have him sign a potato, and he was very nice about both of those things. He's honestly the sweetest inspiration that I've ever had. His kind heart deserves like 500 million subscribers. His channel's growing, and I hope it grows fast because he deserves all of the subscribers in the world. I know that's a really bold statement, but it's true. He's a nice guy. Clearly he has a kind heart by what I put on my thing. Moving on to the one above it. It says Pokemon, and it has a Pokeball. He has influenced my love of Pokemon, severely. I first got into Pokemon because my friend Cristiano showed it to me when we were on our way to this water park thing. In order to pass the time when the water park closed, and in order to pass the time on the way there, he brought his Pokemon cards. I had no idea what they were. I only knew of them, saw them in the store, had no idea what they were. And he handed me a couple, and he taught me how to battle them. That's about as far as I got. I collected them for just a short period of time. I never really got far with that. And then I started watching Lachlan's videos. I want to say a couple months, half a year before I met him for the first time, I purposely went to Walmart with my mom and picked out a new Pokemon binder, to hold all my Pokemon cards because I wanted him to sign it someday. And he did. Basically, he is the reason I have a Pikachu hat, multiple Pokemon plushies, action figures, cards overflowing in my bin over there now that I look at it. I keep making this Pokemon obsession of mine and his look like a bad thing. No, I'm glad that he introduced me to Pokemon more than Cristiano did, because it's honestly been really fun playing Pokemon Go because I actually know what they are now. Collecting the cards is always fun. I get to bond with my little cousin because he's really into Pokemon. It's honestly just the coolest experience ever. It's like I've joined a new fandom, even though I don't watch the anime, and I wouldn't call myself a Pokemon expert, but it's still a lot of fun, and I appreciate him every single day for that. Moving up to the one in the top corner, that says Australia. It's pretty obvious why this was included. Lachlan is Australian. He has an Australian accent, he has Australian friends, he lives in Australia. Australia. Lachlan. Those are two things that go together in my mind really well because he's Australian. I have had the weirdest obsession with Australia lately. Like, I found out these cookies called Tim Tams. I found out that they recently came to the United States. I made my mom the next day go out to Walmart, or she was already going to Walmart, but I made her buy them so I could try them, and now they're my favorite cookie. Even though they're not a cookie, they're a Tim Tam. I don't want to say I have an Australia obsession because that makes me seem kind of weird, but Australia is now one of my favorite places even though I haven't been there at all. Australia is one of the first places I want to travel if I were to pick a place to travel. Like, if I could go to any place in the world, it would probably be Southport, where he goes to catch Pokemon. Australia just seems like a really amazing place. I probably wouldn't have a strong love for it if I didn't watch his videos. When I was little, I watched The Wiggles. That was about it. Thank you, Lachlan, for my new love for Australia, because it's a really beautiful place. We're skipping the top one because it's pretty self-explanatory, but these little stick figures over here, this says hugs. Yay. I have met Lachlan twice. How many times have I hugged him? 5. The first time I met him, I hugged him 4 times because his hugs just made me feel like I was his friend. They made me feel safe. They were the best hugs that I've ever experienced, and I like hugs. I'm one of those like soft, like cuddly, like small little beans that, you know, love hugs, love soft things and stuff, and his hugs were the best hugs to ever experience. I had to include it in some way on here because I want to thank him for that. I want to thank him for blessing me with a hugging experience, because the first time I hugged him, he was the one that initiated it, because I'm pretty sure he remembered my tweet saying that I would probably be too scared to initiate a hug, so that made me really happy. Moving right along, because that was kind of self-explanatory. This one says superhero. I kind of explained this in my Dear Lachlan video. Lachlan has saved my life. I know that sounds like I'm over-exaggerating, but I'm not. It's true, he actually has saved my life multiple times. I don't want to make myself seem like a depressed little ball of sad, but he has saved me from pretty dark places, as do most YouTubers or celebrities to most other people. But the main thing I want to thank him for like being like this major like superhero is my fear, hypnophobia, because without him, I don't think I would be at the progress level I am now with that fear. It still really affects me a lot. I'm very hypnophobic, but he helps me get through the night. That sounds weird. Basically, he makes the night seem not scary because he's Lachlan and his videos are amazing and I love him like a brother. I'm gonna stop rambling about superhero Lachlan now, and I'm just gonna skip right on here. It says Master Ball on it. This is why.
You have to catch this.
Catch it. I have to catch it. Oh, it's impossible!
It touched you. You caught it.
That means, yeah, that's the basic principle. Damn. Alright, what am I doing now?
Victoria.
Damn. Is this for me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's actually awesome. You sure you don't want me to sign it? Yeah, I'll sign it and I'll give it back to you, and that way you know that I'm in here. This is possible, alright?
This was originally supposed to be a gift for him, to have him remember me as the girl who threw a master ball at him, and this is technically his home now, so since I caught him, and it was going to be his home, and he was supposed to keep it, I was so like relieved that I could actually do that I couldn't really respond when he asked whether I wanted him to sign it or not. And he just went ahead and did it anyways. So I tried to include that as best as I can. There's a little signature up there. It's one of my favorite memories of Lachlan because it just shows the kind heart that I put on here too. It's probably the most memorable thing, like the reason he remembered me the most. Thank you, me, for coming up with this dare, and thank you all of my friends for forcing me to do that. It actually worked out for the best. That's it for all the, like, explainable parts. I just want to say, this part right here, his logo, took forever. I ended up using a light box and trying to somewhat trace as best as I can. It's not like officially traced. I don't want to say like I stole it and like traced over it, but I kind of like practiced by doing that like a bunch on a different page. The actual person, the shading on the hoodie is my favorite part. That is the best shading I've ever done on a hoodie. The last part is the 3mm at the top. It's blue and green because when I was doing the finishing touches on this drawing, my friend said there's not enough blue or green on here. There's no green anywhere else. But she made the suggestion. Thank you, Riley. Anyways, this video is supposed to be a gigantic thank you to Lachlan because he's the best. Thank you, Lachlan, for having such a kind heart. Thank you, Lachlan, for introducing me to Pokemon more than my friend did because it's a big part of my life now and I love it. Thank you for influencing my love for Australia. Thank you for being so nice and for letting me hug you 5 times even though I've only met you twice, because 4 hugs in one day was probably too much for you and I'm really sorry about that. Thank you for being my superhero when I need you the most because you're a super duper nice guy and you're so funny. You make me laugh and you make me smile and you save me from dark times. And I can never really thank you too much for that besides making these videos and drawing you art. And thank you for giving me one of the best memories that I have in my life. Honestly, there's nothing that tops saying that I own my favorite YouTuber. I know he's the one that's been thanking us for 3 million subscribers, but we should be thanking him because he is best. He makes content for us. He has really bad internet while doing it, but he still tries to make it work. And that's just the signs of a good YouTuber. I just want to thank you, Lachlan. I hope he watches this someday, and I hope I make him smile at some point in his life. I mean, I made him smile in Boston and in Toronto when I met him at the airport. I really hope I can make him smile more than just those times, though. Oh, and he also makes for pretty good merch. I'm gonna end it here because I know this video is probably way too long now. It wasn't supposed to be this long. Hopefully I can edit it down to a reasonable time. But I hope you all have an amazing day. I love you, and the videos will be consistent in the summer. That's what I'm aiming for because school is getting to be like a little too much right now. Hope everyone is well. Follow me on Twitter. I'm more active on there than I am on here. I love you. Bye. In unrelated news, there's a Wiggle named Lachlan, and I laughed really hard when I found that out.